In a nutshell, what's happening?
Transition. Hello. I'm putting this on to make me look like a professional YouTuber. Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Hold on. Transition live. Editor. Let's go here with this. Editor. Nothing's coming out. There we go. Okay. All right. Hello, everybody. Hello, 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 Joodles, Joe, Claire. Hello, 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 Alan, Ian. Ian, we need to boost the numbers in Mansfield, says Alan Williams. We need to boost the numbers everywhere. Or maybe we don't. Maybe this is just what we're gonna. This is just what it is. Thank you very much for coming in tonight. Yesterday was pleasant, and I hope today is going to be just as good. I hope today is going to be just as good. I don't feel it. I don't feel it. I don't feel it. I'm exhausted. I'm not sleeping that well. And I've never slept that well. And the key to being healthy is sleep. Is one of those things: is sleep, stress, sun, food. What else? What else can you think about? These are all things. So I don't know how many people we're going to have in today. I can't imagine it. Make sure we like it. I'm asking too much of you people. Make sure we like it. Make sure we subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Make sure you join. 10 pence a day. 10 pence a day, and then you can always cancel it. You know what? I'm not like Lewis. Cancel it. You can cancel it. You can cancel it. Let me just go back up here. I'll go to there. I'll go to there. I'll go to there. Lewis.
Unbelievable rates of obesity, leading to what some people call double diabetes.
You improve your blood sugar while reducing your insulin.
Okay. Let's go here. Let's go here. Okay, let's turn this off so it's not. Hello, you. Jared is here. That's a show. We got a show. We've got everybody we need. No, we don't. We have 13 people watching. Let's everybody say hello to each other. And what I want to today is going to be a very, I don't know. Let me just talk about the most important thing, which is my weight loss. And I'm just really pleased. I'm just so pleased. I've been under the training. Claire has been helping me with my weight loss. She's telling me don't eat it. Though I had two shortbread cookies today and a teaspoon of sugar. I've had 30 grams of carbs. Last night after the show, I went out and I had I had 8 plums in a punnet. And I had some fried chicken, and I thought, "Holy cow! I've blown my diet." And hello, Mark. Good to see you. I've blown my diet, and I don't want to blow my diet. I want to be thin. But I had 8 plums. I bought a punnet. Nobody needs to have 8 plums. It was 8 apricots. They're hard. How is that? That looks better, actually. They're hard. They're not that good. They're just a little bit of sugar. But that's unnecessary because I know I lie to myself. I say I just have 1 or 2, And then I wound up having 8 of them. But I had, my carb count was low. What are the keys for us? The keys for us are 1 is low carb. Carbs are bad. What is carbs? Basically plants. Anything that's a plant is high in carbs. And if it's not high in carbs, it's high in toxic seed oils, number 1. Secondly, you got to keep track of all the calories you have. You can't just overdo it. I had 3 pieces of Morley's chicken, okay? Yes, 8 apricots is better than 8 types of highly processed rubbish. It is better. Thank you, Mark Therosian. Yeah, it is. And I woke up this morning. I knew this in advance because I went to sleep. I weigh myself naked. Yesterday I was 77.1, 77.7, and I went to sleep. I was 79. I don't even know I forgot what I was last night. Anyway, I woke up this morning. I was 77.1. So I'm really pleased with myself. I mean, are people looking at me and saying, "Look at how Steve Cuff is here"? Hello, Steve. Are people looking at me and going, "Wow, I want to touch that guy"? Probably not. but I don't know whether you can see it. I feel good. I mean, still have this stuff here, but maybe I'll always have this stuff. Maybe this is old man stuff. Maybe this is what Iggy Pop has. I got this stuff, or maybe it'll go down. Maybe I'll have surgery or something. But look at that great. So I weigh pretty much exactly what I wore when I graduated from uni. From uni. It's called skin. Is this called skin? Is it called skin? Is it called skin? Does anybody want to touch that? No, it's gross. But at least it's not too much. And if I lose a bit of weight, I want to go down about 2 kilograms. Maybe this stuff will be gone. I've always had this, but this stuff is old man stuff. You know what? There's no hope for me. I'm living a life of lies. I'm a liar. I'm lying. I'm hoping to have like that perfect young man's body, but I'm not. I'm 68 years old. I'm 68 years old. Vatanai says, I think you look much better than most men your age. Yeah, because thinness is so important to us. Alan Williams, Lewis, you were looking pretty cool today with your rolled up sleeves. Yeah, I just thought I'd wear this because I'm feeling thin. And this thing these are my, whatever you call these things, they're going away. Anyway, so, because like yesterday I was thinking I was going to have apples, and because I pick up the rubbish, as you all know, and I hope we're all doing something like that. Oh, you don't need to do anything like that to keep our communities looking beautiful, in spite of the fact that they're being taken over. But I, and she says to me, Claire gives me the quote from Kate Moss, which is, nothing tastes as good as thinness feels. I think that's the quote. You know that quote? Okay, and that's what I have to remind myself of. I need to be beautiful, but also, like I'm seeing this thing. There's a mirror over here, right there, and I look better over there. I look better. Judas, I don't normally like white tops on fellas, but I will have to admit it looks really good on you, Lewis. Thank you, Judas. Which sounds like a compliment. It does sound like a compliment. I don't normally wear a white top. Do I wear a white top? But today is one of those horrible days, it's the first day of fall. It's not super warm. It's not that sunny, and it's getting even worse. So I just figured this would brighten up because I don't have that many. I've got the polo shirts, well, I guess, and I have white button-down shirts, but they're all stripes, and I'm not sure. Claire thinks I look gorgeous, and that's really important. So Claire and Joodles too. Lewis, may I ask you if you've ever had a nickname? I was nicknamed Gammy, and I have been called a Gammy ever since I wanted to be called T-Bone, but lost out to Mark Therosian, who took the name T-Bone. Okay, I don't know what that means exactly, and I it is. I've reached an age in a certain time. I can't think about this stuff. I can't think about it. I don't think about what it means. Anyway, it's good to see you wearing the flag of France, the white shirt. Anyway, that's funny, you Jared. So I woke up this morning 77.1. Okay. 0.1. And that's what we all need to do. We need to figure out how many calories we need to maintain our weight. Is that wrong? Is it wrong? I need about 2,300 to maintain my weight. But yesterday I had about 2,100. So I woke up and I had lost 600 grams. So remember how much I weighed 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, 6 days. Yeah, I was 79 6 days ago. So now I'm 77.1. So I've lost 2 kilograms in a week. That's really amazing. That's amazing. And you know what? Why I'm doing it? It's not for me. It's for you ladies. The ladies out there, you want a man who looks like amazing. Who looks amazing. So you can hit on me. And for the guys too, if you want to hit on me too. I'm a bit late to be gay, basically. I mean, can you be gay at this age? I'm not sure. Ruben is in the house. It's just water retention. Well, it is weight. Well, you don't think water retention is weight? It is weight. It's not water retention. It's weight. Is it fat? How is the water stored in a human's body? It's stored as fat. And what happens is when you, there's no water gushing around your body. When you have carbs, the carbs need water. I believe this to be true. You can tell me I'm wrong. I'm not 100% sure about this. It's never too late to be gay, apparently. No, it's never too late. It's never too late. My nickname is Three Balls Macaw. Don't know why, says Alan. All right, let's try to be nice to keep the women happy in this group. I'm gonna take this off. Maybe I'll have this like that. Look at this. I was kind of losing my hair up there. Perhaps trying to mate at 68 is a waste of energy. Well, what do you mean by mate? Mate means having somebody and then having kids. Yeah, I think it's a waste of energy, basically. But don't we want somebody in our lives? Don't we want one of these beautiful women to express an interest in Lewis Schaffer? Don't we want to be loved? Don't you guys want to be loved? That's a good question. Is mating ever a waste of energy? Mating isn't, but isn't it all about having the kids, right? May I start batting considering my terrible history with men? I don't know. I mean, don't all women have a terrible history with men? Or maybe they don't. Maybe they picked a woman. Maybe they, piss in your bladder is, Reuben. Yeah, but I pee. Yeah. So you're saying the bladder holds 2 kilograms of water. I don't think it does. My BMR, or you mean BMI? Oh, your BMR, right? Your BMI, sorry, you Javis, is only 1,555 calories. I'm a bit jealous that you have 2,000 calories. Yeah, that's really low. But you know what it is? When I first started my diet and I went onto the meat, I could eat more and more food because I was eating a meat-based diet. A meat-based diet, basically. And then and now it's gone down. I used to be able to eat 3,000 calories a day. And now if I go 3,000, I'm going to gain weight. So I got to be very, very careful. We all have to be very, very careful. Where's Steve? Is Steve here? Steve Cuff is here, Mark. I had the snip years ago, but I'm still trying. Yeah. I mean, I haven't had the snip, but the actual snip. Mine's not quite working. It's not quite working. This is like the old man's club. My emojis are not working, says Russ. I don't blame you, Joodles and Joe. I don't date men either. I think that's a joke. That's a joke. Yeah. Well, women, people, they need someone to go on holiday with. That's what mating is. When you reach a certain age, what is mating? You need someone to come over, especially women, to fix their bicycles or something. This is what women need. And what do men need? They need somebody there who's going to tell them that they're beautiful, whatever. That's what I need. I need someone to tell me I'm really beautiful. I'm really beautiful. I don't know if I look as beautiful now that I'm losing weight. I don't. This thing is, I like the fact that the fat is going away, that I'm getting chiseled. It's because I'm a scrawny bloke. You have 1,555 calories, you Jared. If I went for an acting job, I'd be chosen for Victorian pickpocket. Yeah, well, I support being thin. We should all be as thin as possible. That's what I'd like to be. I'd like to look like that Victoria. Yes, I'd like to be super, super thin and super sexy. I weigh 169.6 pounds. Okay? And that's the same weight I weighed when I was 22 years old. I'd like to be even thinner than that. I'd like to be a bicyclist's weight, which is 2 pounds per inch of height. That's what bicycles. You shouldn't be thinking of sex so much at your age, Lewis. You should be gardening, fishing, writing poetry, or walking aimlessly around museums or National Trust properties. I'm too worried to do that. I'm too worried. And yes, I'm too worried to do that. I mean, I'd like to do that. I used to do that. I used to walk around the National Trust all the time, and they became so expensive, couldn't get in there. Well, I think they're free to get in. Aren't they free to walk around? I've been through a lot. If you mention one, I'll tell you if I've been there. Fishing, not a big fishing fan. Writing poetry, don't understand it, can't write it. Yeah, or walking aimless. Yeah, so gardening, I don't believe in gardening because it's a natural use of the land. Don't you agree? Do you think gardening is not? You are the most, this is why Claire is so important to me. You are the most beautiful man, Lewis, and I will say that every day. Yes, God bless you, Claire. God bless you, Claire. And Russ agrees with that. I'm glad you do think that. Yeah, it's a love thing. Joe can say something nice to me too. And I'll say something nice to you girls. Why am I thinking about sex all the time? I don't want to say. Something, what's happened is since I started my carnivore all meat diet, that's all I think about. My testosterone has go up. You know, you want to have long life, you stop eating the plants. I mean, long sexual lights. Joodles. Joodles says, I go on holiday on my own all the time. Yeah, but it's nice to have somebody to go on holiday with. I don't even go on holiday, but weekend trips to the seaside with the whatchamacallits, in the travel lodge, in the charity shops, in the Weatherspoons. This is what I like to do, going to the beach with a girl, having a drink. Anyway, do you have a local Specsavers, Claire? Or has the nurse not given you your meds today? Please, Steve, don't talk her out of it. Don't talk her out of it. This is what I think about Claire. I'm not saying she enjoys me. I'm not sure she enjoys me, but she does like to say nice things about me. Joodles, I do too. Going on holiday on her own. I go to Catalonia and meet up with 3 ladies I used to work with over there. You do. That's a good thing. Look at that. Daryl M is here. And he says, beautiful Lewis, I give you a kiss. Daryl. Is Daryl a guy? I forget if he's a guy. Don't talk her out of it, Steve. Yes, don't talk her out of it. Because if she doesn't say these nice things, Joodles will have to say nice things and not say it with a little bit of sarcasm. Just say them. So, Lewis, have you ever had a nickname? I think we did that. We did that already. We're a dying breed, Claire. People like to go on holiday. No, you never like to go on holiday on your own. You don't. It's twice as expensive. You got to pay for a hotel room all by yourself. And then you go home. You want to get into a fight maybe when you're there. Basically, Steve, nothing could put me off. This is Claire. She's so good. She's so good. You, Jared, gardening demonstrates our dominion over nature. I'm all for my gardener doing it. You're having a gardener to do it. Yeah, I'm a woman, Lewis. Daryl M. Daryl M is a woman. Daryl M. Well, there you go. There you go. She's a woman. We give you a round of applause. This is the thing. I like women. Do I seem to like women? I like women. I don't even know what half of you women look like, and I'm fantasizing about you. That shows a lot. Don't we guys like women? There are very few men that don't like women, except gay guys, which is why nobody likes gay guys, because women need a lot of love and attention. Yes, that's true. It's scandalous how much more money they rip out of you when you're on your own. Exactly, which is why it's good to have a room with 2 people there. That's what I think. I mean, not that women are great the rest of the time. You don't want them living with you, but a couple of days a month or. Okay, I love walking around the shops, Joodles. This is what Claire says. Around the shops and not having to wait for others. Flying alone is great. It's part of the adventure. Yes, but it's lonely. It's lonely. My daughters, who are 26 and 28, says Vant and I, both say I hate it when men over 40 try to talk to us. At work, they're often a bit creepy. Now I'm frightened to talk to girls at my regular cafes. Yeah, well, that's women. That's women for you. And then they say, why isn't anybody talking to me? Because you call us creeps for talking to you. We see a girl, we want to talk to a girl, but they go, don't talk to us. Don't talk to us. Okay. Everybody, can I hear it? Okay, T-Bone. Joodles. Hard agree, Claire. Eat when you want, where you want, go where you want. Indeed. It sounds, I'm sorry, Joodles. It sounds very, very, very lonely. How old are you, Daryl? Again, so I can, don't tell me how old you are. Whenever I ask anybody here how old they are, do not answer. I'm going to use the information really badly. Because I'm a perv, I'm a creep, I'm a weirdo. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. I don't belong here. That's what I feel. That's what I feel. Lud is here. So, and he's laughing at Alan, which is brilliant. Jules, yep. Answer to nobody. Next trip in November. Yeah. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants that. Maybe I should. Oh, you're 56, so young. Okay, beautiful. Maybe that I could rent myself out as someone to go with on the holidays. Okay. Yeah, sleep in a dormitory. I did that a few years back when I went up to Edinburgh, right after I'd given up comedy for a few years, and I slept, and I felt very creepy at the youth hostel in what's that place called? Cranbourne? Where is it called? Canoodle? I forget what it's called. It's up in Edinburgh. It's on the north coast of Edinburgh. Who knows Edinburgh? You and Claire, you and Claire Joodles could go on holiday and talk about me. That would be so great. Say, I know, I love Lewis more. Well, maybe Claire would win. A small girl in a supermarket started waving at me. Today, a young girl waved at me too, yeah, and playing peep behind her hands. And she was with her mom, but I felt awkward as I was on my own. A bloke in my 50s. Yes, Steve Cuff. That happened to me today. There was a girl. You don't know what to do. You don't know what to do. You don't know what to do. Lewis, in the USA, the Americans call it a vacation. Did I call it a holiday? Did I call it a vacation? I think a couple of days you would not call it a vacation. A couple of days in some of these towns, in Hove, in Hive, and you wouldn't call it in Worthing, you wouldn't call it a holiday. Hello, lovely people. Marianne is in the room. Well, maybe we should do that. We should figure out a way for us to all go on holiday together. You could be with me. You could be Lewis Schaffer's secret girlfriend. I could have a lot. Anyway, please disregard everything I say. It's unreliable in every way, Alan. Is it? You seem reliable to me. I think I like you. Anyway, let's see what's going on in this chat. I don't even know why I'm even checking this thing. We got 33, so we're doing yesterday we did really well. We had over 40 something, 47. We did the Lewis Schaffer coach trip. Yeah, that would be fantastic. It'd be fantastic. And you'd all find love with each other. You'd have to keep it secret from me. That's what it means. You got to keep it secret because I want each and every one of you. Marianne, YouTube just asked me if this was the video I was looking for. What, do they want to talk you out of watching this video? Daz is in the house. I'm back from yesterday. I was D yesterday and requested updated my name. And as requested, that is brilliant, Daz. Are you a boy or a girl? How much do you weigh? Are you fat? But thank you very much, Daz. That's an improvement. Claire C. Meet Claire C, Daz. Because your name was D, and Daz, I think, could be memorable. We haven't seen any other Dazes, but we need name recognition. Make sure everybody you like it, you like the video, and then you subscribe. That'd be really brilliant. Have you overshared, Alan? Has Al? Yeah, what, by saying he looked at it? Yeah, maybe you have overshared. Maybe you have. You felt weird about something. I think it's because of the internet, in that we could talk to each other much more freely. So women hear each other's stories more easily. Also, P.O. Corn has ruined so many men. That's a good question. Has it ruined so many men? Russ says, my ex-girlfriend once told me that sex was better on holiday. That was a terrible postcard to receive. It's a good joke. Steve Cuff, yes. I was still teaching kids at all ages at 58, Bart and I always had good rapport with the students, especially the girls. Now I thank God that they think I was a creep. Yes, this is what it is to be a man. You're told you're no good. You're told that's so true, Vata. You're told you're no good. And you are no good. That's why they should not let women go to school. They shouldn't let girls go to school because men are the teachers. If they have women teachers, maybe I believe in women teaching men. So hello to everybody. Daryl, who's a girl. Daryl's a girl, says hi. And Daz says hi all. And Lud is here. And we've got over 30. Let's see if we can get to 40. That'd be brilliant. That would be brilliant. I want to talk about, Lucy was very upset with me. And she spoke to me. And I said to her, well, Lucy, why don't you talk to me like this on the stream? Why don't you ask me a question? And she said something quite educational to me. Lucy said to me, you have a whole show. It's your show. I give too much. So, Vatana, you're only a creep if you're creepy. I loved it all, but one of my male teachers, because they were decent humans, one should likely be in jail. Yeah, and that's the thing about women. They'll sit there and think, I think you should be in jail. What did I do wrong? And next thing you know, you're in jail because some girl said you did something wrong. So I disagree with you, Joodles. I disagree with you. I mean, men are crazy. And you know what it is? How many, I remember when I was at uni, I'm uni educated. Not that that means anything. And nowadays, I would not recommend going to uni. Unless you come from really rich parents and you love school. But I remember a teacher having an affair with his student, and people kind of noticed it. I remember I was on a bicycle trip across New Hampshire, and I just remember one of the leaders of the group. He was 22, having an affair with a 15-year-old, and we thought that was a bit creepy. But we didn't call the police. But maybe we should have called the police. I'd like to tell more people about this stream to help build the numbers up. But I like keeping you all my secret. Yes, thank you, Steve. Yeah, don't tell anybody. Let them find out on their own. Lewis, back on the women teaching again. Saying yet again, my gran was one of the first women to go to Tottenham Teacher Training College in 1919. Very proud. Yes. People went to school. Girls went to school. It's not good. And that's what Lucy was telling me. She was telling me that I was being wrong for saying that women are the cause of all the problems in the world. Lewis, women have an inbuilt creepometer. We know who the creeps are from 100 yards. Do you know? Yeah, you do, because you can see whether they're good looking or not. I've studied this. Women think a man is a creep if they're ugly. But if a really good-looking guy comes over, if Leonardo DiCaprio comes over and says, ooh, that's a pretty dress, that's a lot different than if Lewis Schaffer comes over and goes, ooh, that's a pretty dress. He's 20, whatever, he's old now, but let's say he was 25 years old and he came over and you're 20. You go, ooh, that's so sweet of you to say. Maybe that's wrong of me to say. Is it wrong for me to say that? Do you guys agree with that? If they think you're good looking, you're not a creep. Because women make a judgment immediately. It takes a long time. Maybe you can change their minds, but they look at you and they think, oh, I want to do that guy. Please, thank you for talking to me. I was in the supermarket, Ian Haig says, and I saw a man and a woman wrapped in a barcode. I said, are you two an item? That's another joke. We're like making jokes. This is why I stand 100 yards away, Mark the Rosian. That's funny too. See, if you get away with that comment, Steve Cuff, once you're a man and all. What comment did he say? What comment did he said something. Yeah, Lewis. She taught all her life and my mom followed in her footsteps ahead of her time. Just saying. Yeah, women could teach, I guess. Women could teach. I guess. I don't even know what I'm saying, really, but I know it upset Lucy. And I should read you what Lucy said to me. She was right. I'm not saying women cause all the problems in the world. Judels comes in and says, "Oh my God, there are loads of good-looking creeps, Lewis. You could spot them too. Yeah, maybe after you go out with them, you realize they're a creep, and maybe when you meet me, you realize, well, he's not that much of a creep. I'm not as much of a creep as I say. Zingo's here. I'm well. Thanks for coming in. No man looks back on a sexy female teacher with any regrets. Yeah, because if they're sexy, it means they're pretty and they're probably nice to you. But if they turn on you, then they're a horrible person. Like I've had some teachers in school. What if you look as though your face had caught fire and someone tried to put it out with a shovel? You're going to be a creep. They're going to say you're a creep. You go up to a girl, they can't look at you. This is a fact. I'm going to fight this to the death. I'm going to fight this. Julie Folktales is here. Julie, thank you very much. We befriended you. Everybody go in. She's got her own site. She tells folktales from Nigeria or Ghana, a country. So we're going to promote Juliet here. Thank you very much, Juliet. There are quite a few women who write to murderers in prison and think they can change them. That does seem a bit foolish or possibly arrogant. That's what you, Jared, says. You know why they like criminals in prison? Because the women know they're not going anywhere. And they're also, prisoners are very aggressive people, and women like high testosterone. And a guy in prison has got high testosterone. Yeah, let's see what's going on. Can a woman be a creep? Well, what about all those teachers now in America and in this country, who are doing their students? Is that pretty creepy? I mean, I don't think it is, but, am I allowed to say that? I'm wondering if this is an intellect thing in your brain. Do you think women are too thick to spot horrible men because they have a handsome face? Yes. Ted Bundy. Yes, Ted Bundy was considered a lovely, lovely, lovely man. That's what we're talking about, Julia. We're talking about creepy guys. If you're good looking, they don't think you're creepy until the knife comes out. I thought that was a very good argument I made, Judels. I'm falling behind. Anyway, so thank you very much, Juliet Folktales. Lewis, I may be out. Don't say goodbye. Don't say goodbye if you're leaving. My gran and my mom trailblazed back in the day, but you kind of dismiss women teaching. Not happy, but you're entitled to your opinion. I don't dismiss them. I don't think they're bad teachers. I don't think that at all. I think they can be very good teachers. But men need the jobs. And women do too, once they reach a certain age and they don't have a man around. I'm not sure women being a creep. But psychotic, says Steve? Possibly. I befriended and followed Juliet Folktales. So I'm recommending you all do that too. Mark Thorozzi and Steve Cuff, he's speaking to Steve. The logical sense you bring to this chat is not unnoticed. Steve Cuff is very logical. We've got quite a few logical guys in this chat, and logical women too. I don't think women are worse than men. I do think they're worse than men, but I don't think they could be perfectly good teachers. But they, when they're older, not when they're young. They shouldn't give up their lives and be like an old maid. Not that old maid. That sounds horrible. I want to apologize for that. Let's see what Ruben says about Judels. He's saying something nice about Judels. I missed that totally. Vatana, he's an older man. He's got his doubts. He was a teacher all those years. We all do. I was probably a creep to lots and lots of girls. Luckily, not that many in this country. Just one, or maybe quite a few. Judels. Yes, thanks. I have to report other teachers 2 times in my careers. They obviously odd, but they both had clever pretexts for their conduct. Yeah, so they were bad. Men can be bad. Yes, she was 20 when she started teaching. Yeah, my mother was a teacher too. She studied teaching. Back in the day, if if she was around today, she'd have studied law and been a lawyer and not have kids, not have me. I wouldn't be here. If you have a spare £2.75, Zingo, peach custard trifle. That's so cheap, £2. I can't. I pass by a shop now. I don't go in. Or if I do go in, I don't buy anything that carbs. Like I bought 22 pounds of food today. I see the message internal problems in counting. Here I was thinking of reporting Lewis to Operation U-Tree. Well, some girl thought of that. She was thinking of that. Probably. And then she realized, wait a second, I'm way over 20. Anyway, okay, I see. Okay. Kerry Mack is here. Good to see you. Kerry Mack. A bit late, but okay. Happy. Thanks for coming in. This is good. This is a great show we're having. Hello, Lewis. I hope you're having a nice day. Thank you very much. I appreciate you saying hello to me. I don't mean to sound sexist, but I think female teachers are better than male for younger children as they are more nurturing towards them. Small children need to feel safe in their surroundings. I disagree. I don't agree with that. I don't even know what I disagree with. I don't know what I disagree with. I partly agree. However, from a young child in my school reports used to say, I responded better to male teacher than to female teachers. Yeah. And I was really good with my kids. But I can understand what you're saying. My rule of thumb is this, is never say anything, do anything to a pupil that you wouldn't say to do in front of parents. Yes, you got to be very careful. Yes, you do. And kids are very sensitive, and they're also looking for ways, a lot of them are looking for ways to mess up your life because you're a teacher. I was that way. My rule of thumb, yeah, that's what Vantanai says. Daz comes in. Thank you, Daz. Regarding teachers, I do wonder if it's healthy to go to school for all your child's life and then immediately go into school to teach for all your adult life. Always in school with kids, yes. Which is why, that's a very interesting point, Daz, which is why teachers can be very, very randy. Very, very, very randy. They have, if they're not having sex with the other teachers, they're having sex with each other. I see this as a fact, Daz. Judah says, the only place, I'm losing the thread here. I'm losing the thread. Let's just go. I'm bad because I'm let me go back up here, 137. The only place a predator wants to be is near their prey. It's terribly naive to think otherwise, but thankfully they are few and far between. Yeah, you could say that, maybe. Absolutely does. They say a teacher has never left school. Yes. That's a really good point. How about we not have school? How about school is unnecessary, especially state schools? There you go. Russ is talking to Juliet. He says, hiya. We not call anybody we don't know baby. But I appreciate you saying that to Juliet Folktales. But he says he used to work with a Nigerian man who tried to teach me some words in Yoruba. My next door neighbor was Nigerian. I think he was Yoruba too. My teacher, no, I don't think he was. My teacher had a nervous tick. We all got great marks. That's a joke from Ian Higgs. Funny. But it's an interesting point, Daz, that too much school. Women are too clever in my experience. And let me just say this. My ex-girlfriend was a teacher. My middle girlfriend studied to be a teacher, became a teacher for a second and then quit. And now she's very successful on her own. Okay, women are too clever in my experience. My sister, cleverer than me, says you, Jared. My work colleagues, all women, all professors. What does that mean, cleverer? They can be clever. Sam S. says women can be clever. There's a spectrum. There's a spectrum for women. They could be clever. There's lots of clever women here. Joodles is super clever. I love talking to Joodles. Women are too clever. Okay, Sam S. is here. Thank you, Sam. Speaking of teachers, my dad's best friend in college went on to become Obama bin Laden's English teacher. Well, how is that good? He's evil. Isn't he evil? Isn't Obama evil? Maybe he's not evil. Alan Williams, never tried jokes with Lewis. Did I miss your joke? I'm sorry. Juliet Folktales is laughing. She's got 7,000 followers. So that's really great. Teachers don't, whatever they have, subscribers. Teachers don't seem to know anything other than school, says Steve Cuff. I've had a lot of issues with teachers. I'm married to one. Yeah, my mother was one. My mother was a teacher, you know. My mother was a teacher. Okay, talk radio. I'm too lazy. I am really too lazy. Any big finds today, Lewis? What was the big comment that I missed? Did I miss a big comment? Big finds. What at the local shop? I buy what I buy. I buy some sausage for it. I mean, expensive now. Sausage. I bought some Discover mozzarella cheese. I bought a thing of butter. I bought 30 eggs because I have 8 eggs a day. This is what I have. My teacher used to give us the DAP. What is the DAP? He had 3 pairs of tennis shoes, the largest being a size 12. If we were naughty, he would dish out the relevant DAP depending how bad we were. This is junior school. What does that mean? The DAP. Is that like physical punishment? Yeah, because I appreciate you saying that, Joe. I'm not saying that women cannot be teachers. I'm not saying that your mother, grandma weren't brave to be teachers. That once upon a time only men were teachers. But what's happened is, and I said this to Lucy, and she got really upset with me. And I don't know if I don't think it's exactly true. But our problems got started when women started working. But then again, nowadays, women have to work. They wanted to work, and now they have to work. So, can women be as good a teacher as men? Yes, they can be. The problem is, men need to be teachers because we can't have babies. And this is the other thing. I was thinking about this today. I think we've been lied to as a society, saying you can have a family. First they say you can have a family and you can work. And so people tried to have a family and work. And then they said, you know what, put it off until you're older and older and older. And then you don't. And then people don't. Which is good for me because there's lots of hot girls running around who are great. Juliet Folktales has 8,500 subscribers. So a round of applause. What country are you from? Are you from Nigeria? I'm getting a lesson on how to be etiquette from the legendary, notorious Lewis Schaffer. Yeah, well, I know how to be bad because I'm bad. I'm bad now in this discussion because it's a very contentious, tendacious, I don't even know what the difference of the words are, discussion. That's what I'm saying. We're talking about, can women be teachers in school? First of all, I don't believe in school. I don't believe in state education. So the answer, and I believe, and then I know that what I'm saying, some of you will listen to and say, I can't even be in the same room as this guy. I don't want to listen to him talk. He's saying women shouldn't. I'm not saying women aren't as good as men. I'm not saying that. I'm saying men can do less than women. So let's give men something. Stewart comes in and says, Osama bin Laden was a CIA agent paid for by the Americans. Yeah, sure. Maybe at a time he was. Maybe at one time. Then the USA needed a scapegoat for 9/11. But when we know who really did 9/11, Stewart, I disagree with that. You want to blame the Jews? Blame the Jews. Okay, my wife was a teacher from 1988 to 2024. That's a long time, 26 years. She was really good, much loved by her pupils and staff. 2003, we were both at the same boarding school. We needed to be a mom and a dad to the pupils. Yeah, because there's no moms and dads anymore. Because They've been sent to school, Vant and I. Yeah, it's not good. It's not good. I was ignored by my mother. Oh, dap his sneakers. But what did you do with the sneakers? You hit him with the sneakers? You know, I don't know. We're not discussing Osama bin Laden, the World Trade Center. Not that it's touchy to me. You know, it is New York. I cried when that happened. I cried. Anyway, Leanne is here. Love of my life. Hello, lovely's driving, but listening. I'm thinking about you. I'm doing this right now, and I'm thinking about Leanne. Leanne. My mom had a teacher in school who taught maths. He was called Mini Manthorpe. Mini Manthorpe. And here's the joke. What is the joke? My mom had a teacher in school who taught maths. He was called Mini Man Thorpe. I don't get the joke. Do I get any of these jokes? This is why I'm not meant to be on the TV. I don't get any jokes. And I'm supposed to be a comedian, and no. Okay. So there's Joodles. Love of my life, Joodles. We do, Stuart. We know, but they gaslit the world. Yeah, anyway, CIA. CIA ain't as smart as you think that they are. It's the CIA. You look at America during the, Donald Trump is cleaning it up, hopefully. Romantis is here. She had a party and 12 people were watching this. I hope they came. They liked it. Let's see what's going on in terms of our watchers. Are you watchers? 40 watching now. How brilliant is that? I hope Simon Arnold is okay. I hope he is. Okay. Thanks, Joodles. I checked. Yeah, check Juliet Folktales. Oh, she's lovely to come here. So thank you. She's got her own channel there. I've heard in the United States, in some states, female teachers in general, can still give the paddle. Here in the UK, corporal punishment was banned in the 1980s. I don't know if that's true. I haven't heard of any state where you can hit a child. In any state. I mean, I don't believe, I never got hit by any teacher. And I started school in 1963. There were some states in 1963 when you could do that, but I don't think you can. Sam S. Thank you, Sam S. Here in the UK, corporate punishment was banned in the 1980s. I don't know if it was totally banned. Should we check that out? I'm afraid to go to the whatchamacallit thing. I'm afraid to go to the window capture thing because who knows what kind of perversion you're going to see on my thing. I'm afraid. I'm a scared little boy myself. That's why I've got these very strong beliefs, because I'm a tiny little man. I'm not a strong man. I wish I was a strong man. Tim Timoney's here. Yeah, I'm doing good. Thank you very much, Tim. We had a pad show about 2 days ago, and I said, that's not going to happen again. I'm going to come in with full-on energy. That's what you want to see. You want to see Lewis Schaffer alive. Anyway, so who can find out? Maybe you guys can do this, because I'm not going to look at my screen, because it'll come out. I'll be my WhatsApp thing. It's lurking there. All the different little sexy messages. Why am I so interested in sex? It's you. You've got to take responsibility, you people out there. I'm 68. You're thinking to yourself, he's going to die soon. Lewis is going to die soon. So let's mess with his life. I don't know. Anyway. Tell her I blew her a kiss, Lewis. Who are you talking to? Let's get back on track. I don't know who Leanne is listening while driving. Can you tell her that we've all waved at her? Yes, Steve Cuff is back and he's waved at somebody. And tell Leanne that we blew her a kiss. Leanne is doing really, really well. Why is Leanne doing really, really well? She's a pretty girl, but she's even prettier now that she's joined the Lewis Schaffer weight loss program. And I'm so pretty now because I've joined the Lewis Schaffer. Actually, I'd call it the Claire C weight loss program. I follow Claire C, where she says, don't do it. Like today, like yesterday, I woke up at 77.7, and she says, if you have something to eat, you're basically insulting 77.7. That's the kilograms. You're insulting them. So Steve Cuff says hello, and Tim Timony says hello to me, and Mark Thorosian says hello to you, Leanne. And thank you for saying, looking fresh, I'm wearing a white shirt. Curry sauce and chips. That sounds very diabetic, and it also sounds very oxidized, but it also sounds really delicious. And also, you're in Laos, so it's probably beautiful. It's going to be a nice day there. Laos is inland. It's not flat. Maybe it's flat, but it's a bit hilly. Could it be hilly? I've never been to Laos. I've never been to Vietnam. But I've seen a lot of videos. Sorry about the punctuation, says Keith. You're typing quickly with fat thumbs. Is that what you call it? Okay. He used to say to the class, who has seen the bin man coming up the street? And there was always one who said yes. And he used to throw the eraser and hit them in the head. Why? Why was that? Who said that? The teacher would hit us in the butt with a tennis shoe. It taught me a good lesson. Never watch tennis now. Yeah, never watch tennis now. Claire C says hello to Tim's. So there you go. You're lucky to get a hello from Tim. A hello from Claire. Claire is a good girl. Anyway, good woman. Cuff. Steve Cuff. Vatanai says, I prided myself on not being teachery. I was lucky always to work in slightly cranky private schools. State schools are full of teachers with no life. Well, what does that mean? What do you mean, not having sex with their students? You're from Nigeria. There you go. So a round of applause for Nigeria. A round of applause. Good luck to Nigeria. Can you get Cressida Wenton to come on your show? And I will buy her some trifles in case she's a bit peckish. I don't think she would have a trifle. Cumin and chicken bistro gravy. It sounds delicious. But Zingo, yeah. People like the Cressida. I like Cressida too. I like Cressida. To be fair, says Steve Cuff, I had a great teacher in primary school. He was a rugby player and a joker. We learned a lot from him, and I'm still in touch with your teacher. That's good. That's really, really good. I watched a video of Lewis on a walk today. You can't kid Furby. He has legs. There's the Lewis Schaffer legs. Well, that's just the top. Look at how thin I can't really raise it, but there's my thin legs. I've been told I'm not supposed to wear thin trousers because I'm old. So I do. I wear thin trousers because I'm thin. I'm thin. Thank you, Tim Timony. I've got legs. I was ignored by my mother, but my dad was amazing and my hero. Yeah, lovely. My mother ignored me at times. She was a bit erratic. She was a teacher. Lewis lost the joke. Of course I lost the joke. You have to put the joke in and explain it. Maybe that's what I should ask everybody to do. Explain the joke, Carrie Macca, because I don't really know the joke. Cressida in Brighton. What about Cressida in Brighton? What happened up here? I lost my train of thought. Okay, let me just move. I'm gonna see if I can skip through the jokes. Some of them. I thought I'd gotten to everything. I'm not that far behind anyway, but it's good to know. Fat thumbs, is that what you call it? Yeah, thank you for getting my joke. It wasn't a great joke, but it was a joke. I was in a squad. They loved alcohol, and I got a table leg forced up my doodah. What is a squad? What is a squad? A squad, is that a military thing? Jeans on today. No legs. There's no leg, Leanne. So you're not seeing any a bit of my leg. I'm a weak man. I am a weak man. I am. I'd like to be like strong and be manly man. I'm not. I'm a little little baby boy. I'd like to be stronger. Leanne says, put your hands on the wheel, Leanne. No, don't type. You're not going to die because you follow the weight loss diet I am. You are as strong as a horse. Yeah, well, maybe, we're all going to die. We're all going to die. I switched camera position. Keith Bexley's here. We're all going to die. Aren't we all going to die? So we gotta be careful. We've got to be as healthy as possible, Leanne. We've got to be healthy. We've got to feel muscle underneath everything. I hope I'm going to survive. Keith Bexley is here. It's always good. Like and subscribe. Change to all chat. I'm not late. You're not late. Okay, yeah. I didn't live chat, not late chat. Live chat. Hello, right back at you guys. Big kisses. Thank you. No knee today. You'll still be a knee in the future. Leanne, that's so sweet. Rugby initiation. Is that what that means? It was beer bottles where I'm from. The captain would insert himself and the new player would have to drink it. Sorry if that's too much for the stream. Is that true? Is that true? You're eating somebody else's poo. Even I don't do that. I don't believe in germs, but I don't believe in eating someone's poo. But there's other things you could do, but you shouldn't eat it. Lewis, what's the secret to eternal youth? Is that a joke? There is no secret. We're all going to die, but you don't want to die when you're 60, when you could die when you're 90, I think. One of the secrets of eternal youth is not being killed by the COVID people. The COVID people. Joodles comes in and makes a comment and says, boys are horrific. Yeah, they are. Girls are worse because you'll torture someone in their mind. The guy is like actually doing something physical. A girl will go, oh, you're not pretty. Right. Got 10 minutes before I'm just listening again. Okay, you got 10 minutes. So Leanne is here. Leanne, of course, you are one of our favorites here. Joodles, that was a rugby clubs in the 80s and 90s. Not sure what happens now. That's pretty gay. I would say forcing another guy to do that is gay. It's gay. Private schools. I'm against most schools, but I'm against public schools. I'm against public schools. Okay, I'm back on track. I've caught up with everything. Let me just go up a little bit, see if I've missed anything. Let's see how many people are following us. This is another great show. This is the best show we've ever done. 34. I think that's brilliant. I think it's brilliant. I think you are brilliant, basically. Is there any problem with the feed? Any problem with the feed? A strong man is one who admits he's not always strong. Or you say string, Leanne. I'm not afraid to say I'm weak. Yes. It makes me stronger. It makes me stronger. Okay? It makes you stronger if you're not afraid. So one of the things, I'm afraid of so many things. I'm afraid of women. Okay? I'm afraid of women, but I'm not afraid to admit that I am afraid. I'm not afraid of that. And that's what makes me brave. I'm like, I'm a Woody Allen type. I don't copy Woody Allen, but that's why he was so successful in New York, because he was like all the other guys. He's sitting there going, I'm afraid. This is one of my favorite shows. And you are so entertaining and handsome, Claire. There you go. If Claire says it, it's true. So let's just go with Claire. Tell me something beautiful, Lewis. Okay, there we go. Don't say, if you're going from the stream because you got other things to do, don't say you're going. Just say I love you and whatever. 100-year-old letter like the Queen used to pen. Well, people used to live a long time. Why did they live a long time back in the day? They didn't have vegetables. They ate meat. This is a very good show. Do intensive weight training while eating a high-carb veggie diet. Make sure you wear your glasses and admire your wife who is at work. I get that's a joke because I don't believe in weight training, intensive weight training. I don't eat a high carb diet, veggie diet. Make sure you wear glasses. I don't wear glasses. I try not to. My eyes have gotten a bit worse I have to exercise my eyes more. Brian Ferry. What about Brian Ferry, Zingo? Let's see what Zingo was saying. Kenny Everett is on 1979. I don't know what that. So what is that about? I missed the point of that. Okay. Was the worst posh schools, boys ones that were the worst. You can imagine it being pretty bad, those posh schools. I saw the movie. What was the movie? Lucky Man? What is the movie about being in a posh school? I could feel your power, Zingo. I don't even want to know what that's relating to. Yeah, you feel bad for the boys that they got to go there. And they didn't have their mothers around. Totally evil to send a boy to school when he's so young. When he's so young, that's how they become horrible people, those private school educated people. But the kids who get sent to public school education, non-boarding, are also horrible. That's also horrible. Have I ever flirted with a vegetarian like a bear? I have. I didn't. Back in the day, I didn't know what a vegetarian was. I've only understood this carb thing since 2018 or 19. I didn't even know what a carb was. You know, I don't know what a carb is, but we should know now what a carb is. So it is evil. What is evil? Flirting with a vegan or and carbs are evil. Carbs are evil. They make you fat. They make you fat. I don't want to be fat. I don't want to be fat. I don't want to be fat. Right after this, I'm not going to eat anything. I'm going to go straight out running. I'm going to walk around, and I'm going to be thinner tomorrow. I'm going to come back, see how many calories I have, and eat to my calories, and then I'm going to if the movie, that's the movie, Ruben, and then I'm going to be thin tomorrow. I'm going to be into 76 kilograms. That's so amazing. No shots, no injections. Lewis is a vegan. Did you know? Don't spread lies, Mark Therosian. You know what? I do look at it, remember. And then I get messages, people saying, well, Lewis, you're falling behind in the chat. If I miss, I read your messages, Joe, and Joe is a very hard name to see. I think you should make your name 5 or 6 letters. It needs to be long, like Steve Cuff or Joe. I sometimes miss the name Joe, which I shouldn't because you're beautiful and I love you and I want you so badly. Have you ever flirted with a pescatarian, Lewis? A lot of women are sharks. They're pescatarians. Lewis, once when I was decorating, I accidentally poked my eye while putting in a safety glass. The irony. The irony. Good joke there. These are good jokes. I'm part mermaid. Who's part mermaid? Me? Thanks. Stressing out as not smoking, Joodles. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just walk in the other room. I'm going to put some water on my face, even though I'm totally full of energy. And then we'll get started again. Okay. So everybody, take a break. Take a break. I'm gonna. Should I put it on stream start? And so you won't hear the background of me washing my face. Start go. It's not coming up. Something's up. All right. Okay, I'm back. Are you there? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, because I had to go and wash my face. Can you see? I put water on my face. What's so bad? Okay, I'm not supposed to say Candyman. Okay, here's the point. Let's go back on track. I've been away for 2 minutes, only 2 minutes, and you keep on writing. You keep on writing. Okay. One of my friends, according to Vot and I, was at a choir school and was head chorister at Chendaf school. Someone tried to bum him, but he was quite tough and aware and fought back. He was bullied and picked on after. Yeah, what goes on in these private schools? Bad things. I know one person in this country who went to private school, and he's a total dick, to me at least. Lewis will be changing it to Joanne. Yes, and then laugh out loud. Yeah, change it to Joanne with an initial or something, or where you come from, and that's great. And then I won't miss you as much. I'm not doing it on purpose, Joe. I'm not doing it on purpose. Okay. It's 6 o'clock. I'm on the vape. Go and recharge during the break. Okay, here I got my own vape. I'm against it. And if you choose to vape, I might speak against you. Okay, thank you very much. Okay. Nothing wrong with being afraid. It's your minds. Yeah, you should feel afraid, but you should feel afraid. You should feel afraid, but you should try to gain power from it. Or maybe just give up. I'm afraid. I'm afraid right now for this country. Really afraid. But we're not even discussing it. Maybe that's a good thing that we're not discussing what's going on. The world's population is only 3.5 billion people. But the UK population is close to 100 million. I got to get back on track. Let me get back on track. Okay. Mark J is here. We got to say hello to Mark J. I missed Mark J. Does Lewis Messages still lag on YouTube now? Or has that been fixed for him? I hope it's okay. If it isn't okay, you have to tell me it's not okay. Because otherwise I don't know. I'm not looking on the YouTube. I'm looking on Livestream here. Okay. Yeah, I should put music in there. But that's what makes this special. No other show. The guy goes and takes a break halfway in the show. That doesn't happen. Anyway, so Mark is speaking to Leanne. You are at home and in the next room, so of course you can hear it. Yeah. Okay. Why are we talking about this, Donna? 3.5 billion. We don't know how many billion people there are, but they're all moving here. Anyway, why the F are you vaping when you don't even smoke? Because it has nitrous oxide or whatever it has. It has nicotine, which is like it's good. Maybe it's not good. Maybe it's bad. I don't vape. I like to hold on to it. I don't know. I find these for free. People throw them out. They throw them out in the park on the street, and I pick them up and I use them. And I don't care. I'm a dirty man. You're going to remember, you're going to say, what about Lewis? He's a dirty man. He picks up stuff. Yeah, I would agree with you, Donna. Maybe I'm one you need to get rid of. Maybe that's going to happen. Doodle says the chat messages don't lag here, Mark J. Are you a bit behind, maybe? Leanne comes in. Well, yeah, I want to smoke, Joe. I want to smoke. I know it's bloody. It's that bloody loud, says Leanne. I know it's bloody. It's that bloody loud. I know it's bloody. It's that bloody loud, says Leanne. Okay, I understand. I'm going to be more optimistic about our future. I'm done with negativity and the news. I think when people have it so bad, many want to change, and then it does come, and they push for it. Soon as labor goes. No, we got to start doing it now. We got to fight those people right now because they're communists who hate this country. They're globalists, communists who are supporting super rich people, and they're punishing the people of this country. You're a dirty, dirty man, Leanne. I am. Could you tell that, Leanne, that I'm a dirty man? I am. I'm a dirty man. I'm a dirty man. I'm trying not to be dirty because I'm an internationally famous comedian. It would be awkward if people knew how dirty I was. I'm not even that dirty, but I'm a bit dirty. I've dirty. Maybe I'm a bit dirty. I'm a bit dirty. I'm a bit dirty. Yeah. Okay, Lewis. I'm just concerned for your health, especially among smoking strangers' vapes. Yeah. Yeah, I smoke strangers' vape. Well, yeah, I smoke strangers' vapes. Yeah. Why is it bad? You tell me why it's bad. Keeping in mind, I don't believe in germ theory. They've done us up like a kipper. Yeah, they have. They really have. The left have done us, and the left on both sides. The Tories are leftist globalists who don't deserve to be in power, and so does labor. They don't deserve. I mean, am I wrong for talking like this? I think I'm wrong for talking. It's none of my business to talk like this. I'm not from this country. Basically, all right. I'm not from this country. What should we do? What should we do? What should we do? When it's a crime to put up a flag of this country up. That something is so wrong. Leanne, I'm all set, says Steve Cuff, but going my own at the moment. Some have dropped out, says Steve Cuff. September 13th will be the day it truly begins. Well, we can't wait. I mean, that's only 2 weeks away, but we need to make something happen now. It's difficult not to be dirty, Lewis. Leanne can bring it out in you, actually, in all of us, Mark Therosian. Yeah. Well, because she's, I know I shouldn't focus on this but she's losing weight and becoming perfect. And that's really good. When a girl loses weight, it tells a man she's willing to do what's necessary. When a man tries to make more money, he's telling a girl that he's willing to do what's necessary. It's very attractive, I think. They are worried now, as even the Ryland Clark is spouting off about who is Ryland Clark. I should know this. I don't know who that is. Tim asked you who you would share your birthday with, Lewis. Do you know without looking who I would share my birthday? Like who would I go out with my birthday? I can't say. How can I say? It means that one of you people would be hurt, but it would be you, Joodles. I'd like to share my birthday with Joodles. Yeah, so I don't know. So that's a good question. I missed that question. Thank you for repeating it. I spoke with Tommy Robinson online. Yeah, no, Lewis. Who was born on the same day as me? Who was born on March 30th, 1957? Who was born on March 30th? That's the date, not the day. If you were born on the same day as I was, Joodles, you'd be 68. But if you were born on March 30th, you could be any day. No, Lewis. Okay, so that's right. Who was born on March 30th? Do you know of anybody born on March 30th? What famous people were born on March 30th? There's that logical sense again, Steve Cuff. Okay. Well, and that's what Joodles is famous for. I know you maybe didn't mention Joodles. Yeah, you're going yuck. Is that what do those things mean? Van Gogh, Eric Clapton, and Warren Beatty. That's pretty good company. Would you say that's good company, Joodles? Eric Clapton, Warren Beatty. I think I share my birthday with Jesus. And that's why that's without looking. Yeah. What day was Jesus born? Okay, guys, changing the subject. Nearly did a mental Uber Eats type thing for a packet of cigarettes. Joanne, need an intervention, laugh out loud. Not done it yet, but might. I mean, what would Claire say about that? She would say, you're not going to feel good. I'm going to feel so much better if I don't have those cigarettes, right? That's basically what it is. March is the first month of the year in reality. Yes, I know what you mean. It's the first day that the sun gets more and more sun. That's right. I don't know how how December became, or whatever, January 1st. Okay. Russ says, Lewis, let me tell you about my Gammy. That's me. That's me. Gammy does not celebrate his birthday. Gammy does not believe in birthdays. I believe, and I don't know if I've said this before here, that we don't have a birthday. Like, how are you celebrating your birthday? You celebrate the date of your birth. People are not born. March 30th is the date of my birth. My actual birthday was March 30th, 1957. I think Jesus was born on a Tuesday. That's kind of bad luck. I was born on a Saturday, Lud. Claire would say that. Yeah, she would say that. You're not going to feel good. Look at the cigarettes and think, you know what? If I don't eat this, I'm going to feel so much better. I'm done 5 days already. 5 days. Don't deny the love of cigarettes, but just get into the happiness of being an ex-smoker. I think. Not that I've ever smoked, so I don't know, but from what I could tell, cigarettes are one of the hardest things to give up. Maybe food is even harder. September 7th, October 9th, 10th. What are these birthdays? December means 10. July and August were added after, yes, because of the calendar. The calendar. Is it raining out there? It's raining, I think, here in this. I can't tell. I've got heavy curtains up. Yeah, that's December means that. January, February. Yeah, this is the calendar. So we can't trust the calendar. But you were born on October 8th. You're amazing, Donna. Mark Thoreau was born on a Sunday. Yeah, you spoiled their weekend for them, your mother. Good at being bad, Steve and Mark. Yeah, that's what Leanne says. That's what Leanne says. Let me go back up there. So that's what our birthdays are. I was thinking about birthdays today with someone, and the thing was about like astrology signs is that the reason why astrology might have meant something back in the day, okay, back in the day was that under the Velikovsky world, the planets were not yet in position, and they were floating around, and there was huge electrical thunderbolts coming between, and they might have actually affected someone's personality. Mars and Venus and Earth, and they're all flying by, and maybe there was tremendous earthquakes at certain times of the year when, let's say, Mars was flying by, or when the sun became the sun, and it could have affected people's personalities. Seems like you've been... Okay. Yeah, so that's very interesting. There's an urgent call. Why do you want to call you Jarrett, Joodles? Where is you? Is he with his wife there? Lucky me. I missed the thing here. I'm just reading the thing. When something comes up, I will read it. Oh, you're in the Sunday Club. Yeah. I mean, what does it mean? You hates missing the Velikovsky section. Oh, okay. I mean, I gave my Velikovsky to my friend Doug, and he's going back to New York. I'll never see it again. And he might read it. He might read it, and maybe I have to read it. You could probably go online. There's a Velikovsky wiki where Velikovsky discusses everything. He's great. Velikovsky is great. And he's great when Wikipedia calls it unsettled science or pseudoscience, when they don't believe in it. That's how you know something's great. So there you go. So we all believe, and if you haven't heard about Velikovsky, you got to Google it. You got to Google Velikovsky. Velikovsky. So there you go. So what do we do about reform versus advance? Anybody got an idea? I actually saw Ben Habib speak, and I liked him, but he wasn't a white Englishman, and I'm not a white Englishman. But I think we need a white Englishman to run this country at the present time, and we could always, it's good to have help from non-white Englishmen, but it's sort of pro. We don't need. He could help, and he could be amazing. Okay. Thank you, Leanne. Do I look good in white? You missed this thing. I'm down to 77.1 kilograms, Leanne. So I've lost 4 kilograms in about a month. So I've lost 10 pounds. Lewis, the year before you came to the UK, there was an eclipse, 1999. Did you see it in New York? Here in the UK, Gammy did not see it. Gammy did what all the others did, but Gammy saw nothing. I don't remember seeing it. I remember there was an eclipse in 1970. In 1970, I saw an eclipse. And maybe I hurt my eyes then. And after that, I needed glasses, possibly. I didn't hurt my eyes, but I believe that that's what caused it. You are. Remember the apostrophe, and you are. Yeah, but Ben Habib, no, he's British. He is so British. He's good British. But we need someone who's going to speak we need our own leader in this country. I mean, we need our own leader. Did you ever have a tipple? Isn't a tipple a drink? I don't drink that much. Daz comes in and says, who's D? I think we should focus our vote, assuming voting works. Yeah, assuming it works. You can't assume anything. Look what they did in America, how they lied. I was born in 1968 at 9:30 during a violent thunderstorm that caused a power cut. Maybe that's why my mother thought I was the Antichrist. Could be. Basically, astrology. Women believe in astrology more. Danny Dyer or Guy Martin. I don't know who those people are. Guy Martin is the guy who shot the guy. Is that the guy? Lewis. Don't you think Nigel Farage looks like a character from a Simpsons cartoon? It's something to do with having a very big upper lip and no lower lip. Could be. He could be. I mean, he seems like he's backing out. We need someone who's going to fight for what he believes. Fight. If you're not here legally, out. And if you're here legally and you don't obey the laws of this country, out, I guess. Out. I met Guy Martin at St. Valentine's Day in a restaurant. He's painfully autistic and shy, Joodle says. Well, it might be true, but you got to remember it's very hard to become famous. That's one thing about being a stand-up comic. It's basically a learning process to being famous. If you came up to me in the street, you'd say, "Oh, Lewis," and I'd go, "Oh, how?" And it wouldn't be awkward. I wouldn't be, "Why are you talking to me?" And that's what it is. You need a lot of training to be famous. That's why all those people who are not famous and they get out of the Big Brother house and suddenly they're famous and they go, "Why are you talking to me? Why are you looking at me?" It takes a while to get used to that, Joodles. Starmer never won the last election. Well, he was appointed by his party, so he was never. In this country, they don't have. It's not like America where someone actually get elected by the majority of the votes. I just looked up at the telly. Your hair is amazing, Lewis. You're making a joke. You're saying that. You're saying that because Claire hasn't said anything. But that's really nice of you to say. Why not say it to me? You know it makes me happy. I'm being serious. People don't believe you, but it's nice. It's nice that you're doing this. It's nice that you're doing it. I think you are beautiful, Joodles. Okay? That's all I want to say. I think you are beautiful. Donna says, Nigel Farage's teeth are like burnt down fence. That's a good insult. He's English. He smokes cigarettes and drinks. That's what English people used to look like. And he was out there in whatchamacallit, whatever that place is, in the city. Most of our politicians, Vatanai says, are characters from The Simpsons. Farage has been told by Team World that he has to tone it down. You could believe that. That could be true. That could be true. I was back in New York a couple of years ago, and I have seen changes. Of course it's changing. Of course it's changing. New York is changing, but it's changing. Lewis, remember what I wrote about celebs, etc. It's all in the moment. What did you write about celebs? Oh, yes, Joanne, yeah. Yeah. I forgot what you wrote, but but that's good. I don't know what film you're talking about, Alan Williams. What film with Cameron Diaz in that reminds you of something? I don't know. I don't know what it reminds you of. Anyway, we're approaching 6:30, which is what happens 1.5 hours in. What happens? Holly is going to come. Holly is going to come. So we've got to figure out how we're going to talk to Holly. We're going to be really nice to Holly. She's going to say something horrible, and we're going to ask her. I don't know what we can do. Lud says, I have a song for that Farish comment, Sam has. His wife may sing all my life. I've been kissing your top lip because your bottom one's missing. Oh, Nige, when, yeah. When, here's the news. My flat doesn't have any hot water. Not that I use hot water. I mean, I use it to wash the dishes. I haven't washed my dishes yet. I don't have a washing machine. Farage might become prime minister, but he won't be in the ultimate control. By the way, France is about to go tits up at the money front. Yeah, I think we are too, possibly. We are too. We are too. Lewis, thank you for forgetting what I emailed you. You're not crying. I'm sorry, Joe. I'm sorry. I'm not a loving person. I'm not. I'm first of all, my memory is not that good. I'm 68 years old. I'm 68. I'm 68. Farage has been compromised, in my opinion. Yeah, did you ever see the movie Network, where the guy is called in by the leader of the corporation, and he's told, shut up. Network. Who remembers that scene? Network. Farage has been compromised, yeah. It's a take on the Oh Boy song by Buddy Holly. Oh Boy. Yeah, no, I don't know it. I'm a bit too old for I'm not a big Buddy Holly fan. Your hair is like the Cameron Diaz in Something About Mary, Leanne says. Yeah, because it's up here. Yeah, it is, because it's a bit greasy. It's greasy, my hair. It's not dry and fluffy. But I think it looks better. I'm not washing my hair. I haven't washed my hair in like 2 years, maybe. Farage is too weak to reset a lot of everything that went bad. I think Musk was right. He's not like Trump. More of a bot. Or a bottler, says Mark J. That's a funny thought. You do. I do. You do. You remember that Zia Youssef is a bigger something than Farage. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you don't know. You don't know who these people are. Maybe I'm not on GB News because I've expressed some doubt about Nigel Farage. You know, maybe that's what it is. If you want to, yeah. If you want to wind up Holly, call her Polly. People hate it when people call them by the wrong name. Once I was called Sammy, and I had to correct that person and say, my name is Gammy. Okay. If Lewis is using secondhand vapes, please don't ask where his hair gel came from. Okay, that's the joke. That's the Cameron Diaz joke. The truth is, we live in a totally dirty world. The world is dirty. Look. I just licked this. Was it in somebody else's mouth? I don't know. Yeah, what happened did Something About Mary, Mark Therosian. I'm not going to tell you what it is. I don't think I've ever seen the movie, but I've seen that scene. The point is, tiny, the idea, and I've pointed this out so many times, tiny little germs, one little speck of a germ on a tiny little bit of a pen. Can you see the pen? Okay, gets in your system, and it grows and it takes over. It takes over. I'm licking. It takes over your body. It grows and takes over your body. I don't believe that. Can bacteria do that? Or maybe bacteria, after you're sick, bacteria grows. Listen to me, Joodles. I know SUCKing. I know what that is. I'm not an expert in it, but I was making a joke. But I don't think Farage has been corrupted by Team World, says Mark Therosian. Yeah, well, we hope not. I mean, the problem is Trump has been so good. He's been so good in all the different areas that we're like worried that maybe Farage is not going to be as good. Lewis should sell his immune system, toenail clipping tea, perhaps. No, you don't. We don't need an immune system. I mean, not an immune system. We don't need to have a vaccine. We just need to be healthy. If you're healthy, you won't get disease. If you have a little bit of germs around you, yeah, look, watch what I'm going to do. Watch what I'm going to do. I'm licking all the things around me. Look. Yeah. Who's not an expert in it? Me? Am I saying that, Joodles? Joodles, are you an expert? I think Joodles is one of those really smart women. She's really smart. She's really, really smart, you know? I mean, Donald Trump is great. We need oil. We need oil. Lick, baby, lick. And if I wash my glasses. I don't even think I should. Your hair looks like Michael Keaton in Beetlejuice. I know this, that when I wake up in the morning, what used to happen is when I washed my hair every single day for like 40 years, is my hair would be like that. It'd be so dry. Let's say I washed my hair and I went off to the comedy thing. I went off and I put a hat on. When I got there, my hair would look horrible. So this is the best I can do. Daz says this. Farage did adopt the Bitcoin thing. I did find that odd, to be honest. Well, because they want to, who maybe the Bitcoin is controlled by an evil enterprise and it can destroy our lives. Do we all have Bitcoin? I don't know. Tough Boss Live. Welcome, Tough Boss Live. Who is Tough Boss Live? But we will find out all about Tough Boss Live. Lewis Gammy has always wondered why Americans call glasses eyeglasses. Because this is not an eyeglass. But these are eyeglasses. It makes perfect sense. I was thinking about that yesterday. Why is that? Because they're for your eyes. This is a glass. This is a drinking glass. Can I have my glasses? Daryl M., who is a girl. I haven't used shampoo for 2 years. My hair has never felt better. Is that true? Because that's the same for me. I think it's been 2 years or a year. I don't remember how long it's been. I think it's been a year and a half. Yeah, I bet it hasn't. I bet your hair feels great. I comb it, but it feels great. And it's never really oily. You think it's going to be oily, but it goes on your sheets. It's all good. Why do Americans could care less when they mean couldn't care less? There's a word for that. I don't know what that's called. I don't know what that's called. Yeah, but you say, where are my glasses? Well, what do you need glasses from? You know what, Joodles? I love you. But America won the language war. This country only has 60,000 people, 60 million, whatever it has, 80, and we've let in 25 million that don't speak English. So this country is lost. America won. It has 330 million people speaking its language. There's nothing you can do. Joodles, nothing you can do. I thought you were from the Big Apple, Lewis. You lot call everyone, if they are that, am I allowed to use that word? I'm not sure I'm allowed to use that word, SCHM, yeah. Yeah. I remember hearing somebody, I was walking in East Dulwich, and some guy was screaming at somebody and calling them and I just broke out laughing. Some English guy calling somebody a schmuck. Could I kindly ask? Yes, you could kindly ask, but first you have to tell me where you're from, Tough Boss Live. And you should know where I'm from, Tough Boss Live. And you should write your, Y-O-U, apostrophe R-E. Okay. It's true, it's not greasy. You think it's going to be greasy. After a while, your hair stops being greasy. Because when you wash your hair, you're washing all of the nutrients off of the hair. My hair used to look so good. It doesn't look as good as it used to look. It used to look so good. And that's because I'm old. America won the language war. My bumhole. Period. My bumhole. Exclamation point. Yeah, won the language war. Yeah, it did. We don't say favorite. O-R-U, whatever it is. We don't do that. Yeah. Leanne says, I came from my mom. What is that all about? But Lewis, I need help on the germ thing. For example, if you leave a chicken leg on a windowsill in the summer for a few days, it will be teeming with life. Bacteria. I wouldn't eat it then, yes. I wouldn't eat it either. Right? But why? Because it's smeared with bacteria. Not one little bit of bacteria, but tons of bacteria. If it had everything has tons of bacteria on it. And whatever it's called. So I wouldn't eat it either. But is it a germ? There's no such thing as a germ. There's no such thing as viruses. There's no such thing as vaccines. COVID was a lie. I don't believe in any of that stuff. No. No one really wins. I never say that kind of things normally, but I just felt like it. Who am I? You felt like what? What did you say? What did you say that was wrong? I live in a place called Leeds. I know what Leeds is. I performed in the basement there in Leeds. And we've got people from Leeds who listen to us here. Yeah, Leeds, I love Leeds. Or I used to love Leeds. I hope I still love Leeds. I love the shopping there. It's amazing. It's the most beautiful shopping district. I'm from New York City. I'm from Great Neck, which is a suburb. And then I moved to New York. Second urgent call for you, Jared. What did I say, Joodles? That I don't believe in germs. You're a beautiful Schaeferette, Joe, and we love you. Yeah, thank you for coming in. Thank you for calling yourself that. Lewis, rather than watching the kitschy Game of Thrones like the producer suggested, please consider looking up the clocks scene from Oh, Mr. Porter with Will Hay, the best comic actor ever. The clocks scene with Will Hay. In what? What is that called? What is that called? Will Hay in Oh, Mr. Porter. Oh, Mr. Porter. Okay, we'll do that. We'll do that. Scary Spice is from Leeds. Which one is Scary Spice? Is she the black one, or is she the other one, the not pretty one? Okay. How far are you from me? I'm in London. I'm in London. Thank you, Tough Boss Live. How do you make a sandwich without carbs, Lewis? You don't. You can't eat sandwiches. But the first step is to only put one piece of bread, Timony. One piece of bread. So you make an open-faced sandwich. Or then you make a sandwich with 2 or 3 times as much meat. Alan Williams is back. When I grow older, I start to fancy women in the stair lift ads more than women online banking ads. Yeah, you see the beauty in people. You do. Leeds is a car park now. Yes, it is. There's lots of car parking. I've been there. There's lots of car parking. I stayed at the Travel Lodge right across the street from the car parking. Now, it's not a lot. There's car parking, but it's not completely car parking. Leeds is a city. There are only a few cities in Britain that you would say, this looks like a city. Birmingham looks like a city. Leeds looks like a city. If we're in the game, There are winners and losers. People like us never win. We need to step off the pitch and play our own rules. I don't know what that's about, but maybe you're right about that. Put in between two omelets. Yeah. Is that how you would do it, Leanne? A lot of people do that. They'll have an egg, or they'll make it out of meat or something. But that's wrong. You don't need, first of all, you don't need cooked food. I'm against cooked food. I mean, I've had 2 bratwursts, which were cooked today, but I'm against it, Lewis. I meant it's most awful place to drive. It's just constant gridlock, and it takes hours. Oh, okay. It takes hours to drive a few miles. Yeah. I guess so. Yeah, it is. It is quite. Lots of Jews up there, too. I stayed in the car park just opposite the travel lodge. Yeah, I stayed in the travel lodge just opposite the car park. Okay, that's funny. I can't eat eggs. You love eggs. Well, here's how you eat eggs, Leanne. You don't eat the egg whites. You just eat the egg yolks. And if you want to heat them up ever so slightly, eat raw eggs. And you cook the egg white, you put the egg yolks, and then you put the egg whites, and you put the egg yolks on top. I want to win the lottery and enjoy life too much to live. Today it's hardcore. Yeah, don't we all want to win the lottery? Tough. We want to win the lottery. Bratwurst, that's exotic for Britain. Well, it's in Lidl, so it can't be that exotic. And it's in Morrison's too. It's white sausage. It's really good. Daz, is that the North-South divide? Is the North-South divide real? Seems to be. Seems to be. People up north seem to be happier, I guess. I prefer Lincolnshire sausages. I do too. I normally don't buy Lincolnshire. I buy Cumberland sausages. Yeah. So good luck, Tough. The world's in trouble. That's why we're here, Tough, and I hope you come back. Because we're just dealing with the world as it is right now. We're trying to be as happy as we can. Up north, do people speak like the folk in Emmerdale or Coronation Street? Or are they comedy accents? Vatanais asked that question. They do have accents. They don't have as strong as accents as they used to have, I think, in 25 years. But they do have accents. Well, people in Northern Ireland, they'll get like it's almost like a different country. Cumberland sausages are really delicious. You know what sausages I really like, but I can't eat? I like apple and onion sausages, but I can't eat that because they're high carbs, like over 10% carbs. And in Britain has much higher carbs in the sausages. In Germany, like bratwurst, they have less than 1% carbs. But a regular pork sausage in this country could be like 8 or 9% carbs. White sausage makes me reminiscent of the 1970s, when you could find them on the pavement near lampposts. Yeah. Why were there white sausages back then? You're a bass player. Okay. Tough Boss Ross. We hope to see you again. We're here every day. Could you do me a favor? Could you like this thing? Just press the like and subscribe. But thank you. Everybody give Tough Boss a round of applause. He's a bass player. Or is it a bass player? I can also think of anyone who says that's also all I can think of, white sausage. Don Peyote is in the house. Welcome, Don. He's a new one here. Lewis, did you say you once claimed benefits? Was it hard to get as an American over here? It was during the COVID time, I think. And for about 5 months, 3 months, it was hard because it was so, I just felt, you shouldn't claim benefits. You should not claim benefits. That's why and I didn't want to go into the Peckham Job Center. So yes, was it hard for me? I mean, in America, they call it unemployment insurance. I don't know. I think it's much easier than it used to be. Probably now they're just giving away the money and then they're complaining we have no money. So thank you, Don Peyote. Where are you from, Don Peyote? Thank you very much for coming in. Leanne, I got 5 numbers on Lotto. On Lotto has 39 and 38 came out. I bloody got £362. as it was a Wednesday and so many other people won too. I think my luck was used up on this Tough Boss Live. So this is what happened today. Did that happen today? Did it happen today? That's really... £362 is a lot of money for the lottery. Lewis, the best sandwich in the world is Reuben on rye. Lovely, mouth-watering. I used to go to that. I used to go to the deli, the 2nd Avenue deli, and eat that. Eat Reuben on rye. It was fantastic. Even rye bread is good, but I can't do that anymore. I don't eat sandwiches anymore. The Jedster says Lewis would still pick them up regardless. Steve, what was that? Oh, I would still pick them up and eat them. No, because they've got bacteria and they've got lots of enemy alien type stuff in them, Jedster. So you've got to try to be as clean as you can, but washing is bad for you. And, I think anything wet is bad for you or any, you can't, I don't know how to explain it. Don't eat a lot of stuff. Don't eat a lot of stuff. I'm joking, of course, Vat and I, but I had a workmate I used to tease about his comedy Lancashire accent. I'm very Somerset, yeah, we got people from all over. I don't have the prejudice because I come from New York. So to me, you know who I don't like? I don't like a posh London accent. I just think you're a wanker. Not always. I heard a statistic on the radio. Led comes in and says this. This is what Led says. If you buy a lottery ticket on a Tuesday, you are 18 times more likely to die before Saturday than you are winning it. Well, that actually makes sense. Can you explain why that makes sense? Because you have such a small risk of winning it, right? But you have a very high risk of dying comparably. Tim Timothy likes what Reuben says because Reuben says about a Reuben on rye, a Reuben sandwich, which is made with corn pastrami. Was it made with pastrami or corned beef and coals and sauerkraut and mustard? Leanne says, don't do the national lottery. It funds the left. Yeah, I hadn't even thought about that. Yeah, don't do what does the money go to? It goes to all these people who don't deserve it. That's a really brilliant point. Maybe we should talk about that. Lots of organizations have been captured by the left. Lots of them. I heard something horrible about the British Red Cross. I go, no, the British Red Cross, no. Or even the boat rescue service, whatever it is, the Royal Navy, Royal Lifeguard, whatever it's called. What is it called? RNL, whatever it is. Yes, yeah, coming here, yeah. I got a couple of friends like that. My friend Randy is like that. And girlfriend's pretty. I've come here. Actually, that's not true. I was invited to this country, Vatanai's music. I was invited because I was willing to do a job that no other British person would do in this country, which was have sex with my. Anyway, we're not talking about it. Mention it, Lewis, about the lotto next time you're on Talk TV, please. I promise you that, Don Peyote. Okay. Thank you. And Don Peyote says a nice thing. Don, you've elevated in my eyes. Every time we got a new person, I'm thinking it may not be somebody that I like, but I like Don Peyote. Everybody give Don Peyote a round of applause. He says, I'm always welcome here. Yeah. Always welcome. God bless you. God bless you. And thank you for the love. I'm trying to be as loving as I can to British people, not to people from other countries. But I'm also being nice to people from other countries. I've been on Talk. I don't think I've been on Talk now. No. I mean, Talk one. I've been watching you for years, Lewis, and I'm lucky to actually get to talk to you. There you go. Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much. It's really a lovely thing. You don't realize that, I mean, yeah, that's really nice, Don Peyote. Yeah, many times. Yeah, do I look the same? I mean, I don't probably look the same. I could probably use a bit of makeup, and maybe if I wore a suit, maybe this light wasn't quite as bad. There you go, Tim Timony. Thumbs up and clap. So we're giving you a round of applause for coming in there. I'm not on talk. I'm not even on GB News. So whatever. I mean, people say to me, "Can you wish me a happy birthday?" And I forget. I forget to do that. I should hit him up, Mark Dolan. I love Mark Dolan. They should get you back on GB News, definitely. If this show keeps on going, I mean, this one that you're on right now, we're up to 36. I'll be on the TV. That's what's going to happen. I'm not as hardworking as Mark Dolan or as funny. And he's great, and he's British too. He's great. He's one of my favorite people. Mark Dolan had Intel Lady on his show. Who is the Intel Lady? But Mark Dolan is great, Jedster says. Thank you for saying that. Lud wants me Mark Dolan. I like Mark Dolan. To be honest with you, Vantanai, you are the only guy from GB News I've gone out of my way to follow and to hear more of. Okay. It's another really nice thing. I give you a round of applause. Have I lived up to your expectations? Because sometimes I'm not quite as political. If the other people are political, I am political. It's just taken over my heart. Steve Cuff says, Leanne, you don't look like a day over 25. She doesn't. She's a beautiful girl. She's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful girl. Will you do a documentary on migrant hotels, Lewis? Ezra has before. Which Ezra? The Canadian Ezra? Okay, Juliet Folktales is in. She has, let me repeat myself, she has her own YouTube channel, and she's got thousands and thousands of followers, and it's all about Nigerian folk things. So let's listen to Nigerian folk things. So there you go. And she's back. By the way, did Lucy Connolly meet Trump afterwards? I don't know if he came to America. Shame Mark Stein was taken off. Huh? There was so much pressure by the British dictatorship against GB News. So much. Like we're constantly told, don't say this, don't say that. Or the head or the host was said, make sure that you put the person down. Say, well, we don't know that. Maybe. But Mark Stein, I used to watch Mark Stein before he was on the TV. Same thing with what's his name? With Neil Oliver before he was on TV. Same thing with Mark Dolan before he was on TV. As you're watching me before I go back on TV. Who knows? Maybe I'll get a call. I'll be back on TV. And if I don't get a call, we'll do this. We'll build. Yes, she's come back. The girl from Nigeria. Yes, she has. That's amazing. She has. And I've friended her. Yes, she's back. She's back. They have Benjamin Butterworth on. He's insufferable. I don't know. I like the people on GB News. I like them. I just like to be back on the TV. I don't want to say, could you put me on TV? But maybe that's what I have to do. Corned beef, Swiss cheese, Reuben. That's right, Swiss cheese. Russian dressing grilled between rye bread. How can you say no to that? How can you say no to that? That's so good. Corned beef with melted Swiss cheese, sauerkraut. That's just all amazing. Glad you have. What is your channel, Juliet? It's called. What is it called? Tell us your channel, Juliet. Okay, or you can just press on a like thing there. Lewis, definitely get in touch with Patrick Christie. He would have you on. Benjamin is a lefty hypocrite. We don't know that if that's the case. Didn't they use a cover story about him leaving, putting it down to heart problems instead of being booted out? Well, he had 2 heart attacks. But probably was on a high-carb diet. You want to get heart attacks, you have a high-carb diet. I mean, they didn't I don't know. We do not know the story. You don't know the story. He was quite He's quite a strong person, as I am. And maybe they don't want to deal with it. Who knows? They're trying to make money. Mark J. They're trying to make money. The channel name is Juliet Folk Tales. 2 words, Juliet Folk Tales. F-O-L-K Tales, Folk Tales. Benjamin said he went to Afghanistan, yet said gay men are feeling for their life from Afghanistan because they're gay. Well, yeah. It's a tough question. He never went to Afghanistan, says Don Peyote. Okay, never did. Alan Williams subscribed. So there you go. Maltese Phil subscribed. He said he went there. It was just a joke. Well, you can go to countries that aren't friendly to your people. I've been to countries that weren't friendly to Americans or British people or Jews. So, or gay people, whatever, but you go there anyway. You have a look around. I missed it here. Holly must have fallen out of her wheelchair. Okay. This has been our show. It's been an amazing show. Has it been a good show? It's one of the best shows we've done. I think I'm going to say this is the best show we've done. It's a Wednesday. We've had 36 people watching it. So I want to thank you, Tough Boss Love. Thank you, Juliet Folk Tales, Joodles. Thank you, Leanne. Thank you, Ruben and Joe, who's going to be Joanne next time. Daz, Alan Williams, Steve Cuff. Great people. We're all so good. So good. Steve Cuff, Ruben. Funny joke about the Reuben sandwiches. Ludd. Just all good. Ruben. All good people. Tim Timoney. Fantastic. I give you all a round of applause. This has been our best show ever. You have been the best contestants we've had. I'm going to call you contestants. And you're all winners. Because you were here for 2 hours. You can go. I'm going to go to Discord. And I'm going to put this in the Discord thing. Okay? And we'll all go to Discord. Can we all go to Discord? And write down if you have a question or something. What is the other things we need to do? We need to okay. Now here it is. Here's the Discord. Everybody go into the Discord thing. Number 1. Number 2, can you do me a favor? Can you like this thing? Can you subscribe if you haven't? Make sure you like. So we've had like 40 people in the show. It'd be nice to get like 40 at any one time. Get 40 people liking it. And then maybe they'll promote the show. Who knows what can happen? I'm saying too many dodgy things. But I thank you all for listening. I thank you really, really for coming in. Dr. Sexy is here. We can't do a 4-hour show. I'm exhausted after 2 hours. I thought I could talk all day, but I can't. I've kept my energy this show, but thank you very much, Dr. Sexy, for saying that. That's really important. Subscribe. Make sure you subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, okay? Tough Boss. Armitage is from Leeds. Tough Boss. So subscribe. And that's important if you subscribe. And it doesn't cost anything. If you look on the bottom here, it says join. It says Lewis Schaffer join. And then if you press join, it'll say how to join the channel. It's $2.99 a month, which is 10 pence a day. I was thinking, can you afford it? There will definitely be people here who cannot afford 10 pence a day. There's no hard feelings coming from me. But there are people who can afford 10 pence a day. And I think we all pretty much know who we are, that we can do this, that we can afford 10 pence a day. Can we afford it? Thank you, Ludd. Thank you, everybody. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sign off.